a growing business, I am running out of time to make videos about all of the different commissions that I've been taking on. So we're going to combine this video to feature 3 different miniatures. The first one here is an Emperor's Champion, and this was built off of an Intercessor body. Some of the features that I actually really enjoyed doing on this miniature was I kind of tried to do a retro vibe. So we started doing some checkers here along the leg and doing some spikes. I carried that checkering onto the pauldron there. I think it looked pretty nice. And we also did some laurels as per the tutorial, and a knightly helm as per the tutorial, and candles. Now we also have a tutorial for the candles and the complex cloth. All of that is on the Patreon. We used a set of posable hands from Conversion World, as well as a Templar sword from them. These look awesome. I would highly recommend them. Their shipping can be a little bit skiwampus, I think maybe from COVID, not sure. But in any case, their detail is unbeatable, and their sculpts are amazing. So I used a set of Primaris arms here and just positioned them to use these hands. There's a little view without the sword. The sword and hands obviously will be painted separately from the body and then glued together afterward by the client. The second piece is a Dark Angel character. This used also some Primaris arms put together from the new Black Templar sword brother. And we wrapped around some parchment paper on this wrist as well, added some flames to the sword. We do have a tutorial for the flames as well. And then some cloth. Now the cloth was definitely the most time consuming. We wanted to do a ragged sort of cloth over this blade guard body. The helmet was just modified a little bit, not too extensively. The cloak is what took quite a long time. This is a basic cloak method. We have tutorial for that. And will be painted separately from its backpack, which was press fit into place so that it keys in perfectly when the client is ready to glue it on. Now, one additional thing with this commission was the shield that character will be holding. We needed to do a swap with the hourglass that is normally there. We swapped that for a lantern and gap filled the top there. We also removed the grip assembly and all the hand and all the little pieces here. This took quite a bit. This was hand carved back in with a X-Acto blade and then gap filled with some milliput green stuff, some green put as we call it here on the channel. And then there was some damage, unfortunately, before arriving to the studio, which we were able to repair as well. So you can see that that was rebuilt up with a little bit of green put. Now this character had a couple of characters accompanying him, which will be built out by the client. Just some modifications, just added some hoods and some parchment paper, but these are not terribly extensive conversions, so I didn't feature them too much. We just added a little bit of details to them. And lastly, we had another Templar. This was a project of mine that I was going to do, and then for myself, and then I got an offer to purchase it. So I don't keep a lot for myself. Most of it ends up getting purchased, so which is great. I appreciate the business from everybody. We added some filigree on the legs. This is a Assault Intercessor, I believe, body. These are Adjudicator arms, or Prosecutor arms, don't remember, from Age of Sigmar, from the Stormcast Eternals. And this is the haft that go with these hands, so that was not a terribly difficult conversion. The head of the Bardiche here, or the axe, is from Conversion World as well. Just wrapped a little bit of parchment around the wrist. But the extensive building of this miniature was not so much the arms or the weapon. It was the chest, which was built up with another plate And the Gorget was also built up. We have tutorials for both of those. With some filigree added, some bullet cartridges added as well, and a little pouch. I added pouch on the hip armor as well, some extra cartridges. We needed to add a pistol because this holster was empty, so we cut a grip and added that there and wrapped it with some parchment. Had a little skull and a pouch and a boot knife just to kind of fill out the detail. This is, again, was going to be my personal piece, just to build it for fun, and I really put quite a lot into it, and then off it sold. The cloth, this I'm very particularly proud of. The cloth turned out very well. This is a combination of complex and simple cloth, basic cloth, which I think turned out very well. And then just some simple candles on the backpack. This will be painted separately, and then the client will obviously add the arms. And he could pose it up like this if he wanted to. He could have it down. You know, going to be totally up to him. So there you go, guys. Those were the commissions from this last month of February. If you would like to sculpt and build like this, we can teach you that at patreon.com/lastlightcreative, where you get full, lengthy tutorials for all of the features on these miniatures, as well as access to a Discord that is very, very chill. It's not your typical Discord filled with bots and advertisements. It's just a bunch of sculptors and hobbyists that like to share ideas. If you'd like to contact me, get a hold of me on Instagram at lastlightcreative or Gmail, lastlightcreative@gmail.com. Thanks so much, guys.